Hey everybody, Harold here. Before I get started, I got a couple new subscribers in the last few days. It takes me to like 100. I know that's not a lot, but I love the fact that 100 people are willing to listen to me. I wish you guys would comment more, ask me for things you want to see. I'm glad to see you all out there listening. Um, so let's get started with today's lesson. The selected value DAX function. It's a filter function. You see me use it a lot in my selected card visuals, multi-select slicers. If you haven't seen those videos, like concatenate, etc., you should check them out. Returns the value when there's only one value in the specified column. Otherwise, returns the alternate result. So it returns the selected value or a result of your choice. The alternate result is optional. If it's omitted, blank is returned. It's scalar, a single value of any type, and it's meant to replace, or its syntax sugar for if has one value values. Uh, so let me take you over to the DAX. I think this is going to be a really good one. Go over to Power BI and get started with the DAX. So here I've got a multi-level slicer, category and product name, and a new card visual, which allows you to put multiple cards in one visual. Right now I'm just showing sales, which is in my key measures, and that's the SumX from order details table of unit price times quantity. So if I wanted to do a simple uh, selected value, I could just do something like, let's see, new measure, my key measures table, uh, selected product category. Let me blow this up for you guys. I say this again and again. If you do control scroll here, you can see a lot better. So selected product equals, here's where we use our selected value function. I'm sorry, I wanted selected product category. So it's equal to the selected value in products category. If it's nothing selected, we'll tell it to say no selection. We close that. We commit that. I'm going to take sales out of this visual. And I'm going to drop selected product category in. I have no selection currently. If I choose a category, baked goods and mixes. So that's obvious. However, if I go down to products, well, let me actually just go to my slicer. I'm going to take off category. So now I have product name. Even though I don't have category in my matrix, it's going to tell me what category Northwind Traders Boysenberry's in. It's in the category of jams and preserved. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to have that specific level in the hierarchy. It'll tell you what it is based on your selected value statement. I'm going to put categories back in for now. My slicer, or my slicer. So I have the multi-level slicer with category and product name once again. Select beverages, beverages. Select a beverage, and it's still in beverages. Okay. So that's some simple selected value. Um, Another simple thing I could do would be something like this, like a multiplication calculator, for instance. And you may have seen me use this one before. I'm going to do a new table. Actually, I'm going to do two new tables. Let me blow that up a little. We're going to use a function called generate series for this one. And we're going to call a table, first table, thing one equals generate series. I want to start at 0. I want to end at 9. And I want to go up by ones to get the factors in my multiplication table. Commit 0 through 9. I'm going to copy thing 1. New table. I'm going to paste thing 1. Call it thing 2. And I'm going to select commit that. And just not to get messy, let's take that over on another page real quick. So if I want to put up two slicers, put on values in thing 1, values in thing 2. Real quick, we're going to change the slicer settings to vertical list. Then I can say, there's where you can use the collected value in calculations. So I'm going to put a card out here. And new measure. Answer equals selected value, thing 1 value times selected value, thing 2 value. Close that. So I have 4 and 5 selected. I'm going to drop answer in my box. 4 times 5 is 20. 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So that's just how you could use a simple calculation. You do multiplication, flashcards like this or something. Just a simple way to show you how to use selected value in a calculation. Um, Another thing you can do is create parameters. And I'm going to do this on another blank page. Also, um, so when you want to create a parameter, you can go up to modeling and do new parameter. And I'm talking about a numeric parameter right now. Or if you don't know what a parameter is, I'm going to show you. You can just create your own with table creation. So I can say new table, and in table creation, let's call these factors, table factors. Um, Table creation, you just put curly brackets in and start writing what you want between commas. So I'm going to say minus 0.5 comma minus 0.25 minus 0.1, 0.1, 0.25 and 0.5. Close my curly brackets, and that is all you need to make the table. I got an extra equal sign in here. So I've just created a parameter to use, and I'll show you how I'm going to use it. Parameter called factors. I'm going to actually change the name of the values column to factor. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to visual view. I'm going to add a matrix with, let's say, category and from the orders table, I think it is. Sorry. The month from the order date hierarchy. So I've got category, month, and I'm going to add a sales measure to the values. And then I'm going to write a new measure. I'm going to put my factors table in a slicer. The factors of my factors table, factor column of my factors table in a slicer. We're going to set that to vertical list. Put it up here. Uh, so now I'm going to create a measure to apply these factors to sales so that we can see how our sales would be projected over a month if we increased or decreased by these factors. And let me make these factors percentages. Okay, with no decimal places. Okay, so there's our factors. There's our factor slicer. We need a measure now to make a new column in this matrix for values for projected sales. So we'll go to our key measures table, say new measure, uh, projected sales factor. Silly name equals, so the projected sales factor equals the selected value, factor, factor, or 0. In this case, we can't use text because uh, factor and sales are numbers. Factor's a number. And what we want to do there is just multiply it by sales. Close our parentheses. Plus 1. Put some parentheses in here. So our January sales plus 276 plus 10%, 2760, 30360. That looks right. This all looks about right. So now we have a parameter. We use the selected value from that parameter to project our sales out at these percentages. So that's pretty neat. You can see a lot of ways you could use that. Let's keep going here. Uh, Now I want to try some more calculations, and let's go back to our nice blue page here. Um, I want to do rank sales by product. When I select a product, I want it to show me the ranking like 1, 2, 3 in the card visual of that product. So, first of all, we need to develop a measure for that. So, new measure. And if you haven't seen my Rank X video, I suggest you check it out. I'm going to use Rank X, coalesce, and selected value here. All things I've shown before. Selected product, sales rank equals. I'm going to start with coalesce because you cannot do the alternate argument when you're doing this rank X. In the selected value, it just doesn't work. It's canceled out. So you need to use coalesce for your alternate result. Inside the coalesce, I'm going to calculate rank X. And instead of all selected, this time I'm going to use all. So all, I need a parentheses there. All name. And then my table is all products, product name. Expression is sales. I want to do that descending for sales because I want the highest first. And I like to rank dent 1, 2, 2, 4. Fourth person is fourth. I'm sorry. I like to rank dents 1, 2, 2, 3. The person that came in tied for second is second. And the fourth person is third. And that just do it for our rank X. And on the calculate expression filter, I'm gonna say I want you to only select from products product name the selected value in products product name. This measure's getting long. So where the products product name equals the selected product's name, then I need to close the calculate in the rank X, add my coalesce alternate result for 0, and close the measure. So I'm going to add that to my multi-card visual. That's it there. Uh, Something must be selected. So if I switch, let's expand this a little bit. Switch this up a little. We're gonna put a new slicer, new card down here, uh, just to show the selected product name. I've changed my measure to say name now. So now when I select a product, if I have the multi-level slicer, when I have the category on, it shows that Northwind Traders Brownie Mix is the third ranked product in this category. I think there's a tie with the cake mix, probably zero. And chocolate biscuits are number one, and Trader Scones are number two in that category. If I remove the category, this is going to show me uh, Northwind Traders almonds are 23rd out of all products. Beer is two, so it works at both levels of the hierarchy. These 24s are products with no sales. They're all tied in the ranking. It defaults to that if you don't have anything selected, but we say no selection. So no selection is always going to have the last rank, which is 24. So that's pretty neat. Um, let's get rid of, well, we can leave that guy on here. Get rid of selected product rank. Now I'm going to show you, and let's put category back in our multi-level slicer. Choose that guy first. Uh, drop category back in over top of product name, solid green bar. And let's take this measure out. We're going to do a new measure. Let's leave that in there. Okay. So my last example is, what if I wanted to see the price for a selected product and multiply it by a selected quantity? So to do that, a new measure on our measures table. So selected product price. So when I select a product, I want to display the price. And we'll do a coalesce on this one too. Uh, I want to calculate. I could do max. There's only one for each product. I'm going to do sum because I want to use this for another reason in a minute here. So not sum x, just sum. I want to sum the list price. I want to sum products list price. And the filter for the calculate will be where product name equals selected value. Let's make some space here. The product name. And close my calculate. Selected value of my calculate. And put my 0 in for my coalesce. Commit this measure. We'll drop it in the visual. Right now it's $0. If I choose Northwind Traders crab meat, 1840. Let's give that a couple decimal places. That's good. So I've got my price selector. Seems to be working fine. Price check, crab meat. There you go, 1840. So now I need a quantity selector. We just did this. We'll do a new table. Let's copy this format. New table. Paste. Call this quantity select. And instead of those values, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Commit that. Let's change this column name to quantity selector. Or quantity selected. No, or it's going to be in the slicer. So I got a one column table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for quantity select. Gonna drop another slicer in here. Go down here, drop those in the slicer. Vertical list. Let's move that guy over here. I'm gonna say new measure selected quantity equals selected value quantity select quantity selector or 0. Let's put that in our multi-card visual. All right, selected product price 1840, select quantity 0, select quantity 1. Okay, now we want to multiply these, so we'll just do this. New measure, selected order total equals, I can't type, selected product price times selected quantity. Oops. Selected quantity. Okay. And we'll drop selected order total under here. Card visual. You notice it keeps the 0 from the coalesce and the formatting from the product price. If I have 0, crab meat at 1840, of course that's $0. 1, 1840. 2, 3680. And let's give it the old 2 decimal places. Okay, so one last thing. What if I wanted more than one product? I'm not going to do the concatenate X, so This might break down here, but real quick, let me show you the, you can see my other videos where it would say both products listed with an ampersand in the middle on concatenate X, dynamic visual. So, but to select more than one and get the both of them up here in the price, I can do this. Um, we'll say new measure, and we'll call it all selected product price. You can guess what function I might be using. Little caps lock issue. All selected product price. I'm going to use it. Up, committed too soon. Ugly yellow bar. Uh, not that time. I'm going to use a var to create a small table. So var selected product name equals all selected product name, product's product name. So I want all the ones that are selected, all the selected filters. I'm going to use that var and return. I'm going to return and ugly yellow bar. I'm going to return a calculate. Here's why I use sum. I want to add these prices together. I could use max in the single, but I can't use it here. Uh, list price. I'm calculating the sum of the list price where the name, product's product name, is in my list of all selected products product name, my var. So this gives you some var experience. So let's run through that real quick. I got to close my parentheses. So what I'm saying now is all selected product price. I want you to calculate the sum of the product's list price where the product name is in this table, which is all selected product names from the slicer. So now I'm going to take out selected product price here and sub in all selected product price. I'm going to give that 2 decimal places real quick. So now if I want to know what a combination of goods is, let's reset this to 1. So Northwind Traders crab meat is $18.40. Smoked salmon is $4. This failed. I could fix it with Concatenate X. You just check it out in my other videos. But Traders crab meat, 18.40, $4. Selected together, they're 22.40. I need one more measure to fix the final order total. Well, let's just change selected order total real quick. So selected order total, we'll just change this to all selected product price. Now, 2240 times 2 is 4480. Added some granola. See, now I can price the whole basket. So I think this is great stuff. I hope you do too. If you do, please like it and subscribe. And please leave comments, questions. Do you want to see more of stuff? What'd you really like? I would appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you next time.